Welcome to the Crypt of Wax. Today we are talking beekeeping extraordinaire Vígljós. Is that the correct pronunciation? You reckon, Mike?
I've never pronounced it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It sounds right. It sounds nice.
Norse.
The way you
It's
did
a
it.
Norse. I think it's an Icelandic word. Vígljós. Tome II, Ignis Sacer. Black metal, I guess. If you had to pigeonhole, but with a focus on bees.
Well, the first album isn't it? Is that the case with this one? I mean, I get. I mean, it's obviously very nature related.
I believe the second one.
Uh,
I believe this has an aspect of I forget what word it is, but it's something to do with the there's like a poison that you can get off wheat that like makes people a little bit ill, and it was an issue back in the olden times.
It was an issue.
It was an issue, yeah.
So a lot of things are issues back in the old times, wasn't there? Witchcraft.
Well, I think witchcraft got blamed
scurvy.
for a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
It was just a bit of a parasite on a bit of rye bread. So
I know, but they love blaming women.
Yeah, they did, and still do it annoyingly. Yeah.
Not us.
Not us. No.
Not us. Just for clarity, we don't.
No. Vígljós. It's they're quite conceptual, aren't they, Mike?
They're very conceptual, and obviously this album being called Tome II is the follow-up to Tome I. So I'm guessing there's going to be a kind of I don't know, maybe a trilogy, or it's just going to get chapters. It's chapters, isn't it?
Potentially chapters, yeah. I wonder if they're always going to stay down this kind of route of, because they dress up as beekeepers, don't they? Like old beekeeper uniforms.
Yeah.
Do
you like that?
I do, actually. It's quite a unique take. However, not the first band to dress up in beekeepers.
Was some old folk band who sort of dresses up as beekeepers.
No.
Called the Beekeepers.
Yes, that's correct. No, you know Wallowing. They're a UK band.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, they wear a beekeeper's outfit.
Do they?
Yeah, it's not an old school one. It's like a more modern beekeeper suit, but it's and I don't think their music is as beef centric,
Bee related.
But it's they maybe did it first. So a battle of the bees.
Has anyone done fencing, dressing up in fencing costumes, and done it sort of fencing related black metal
concept? Listen, there's always room.
Yeah.
There's always room for more concepts in metal.
It's like, you got the sword fighting of kind of other black metal, but this one very thin swords with a little ball on the top.
Yep. Also an Olympic sport. Let's get into this, Mike. So this, I mean, full disclosure, I'd never heard of this band before, and I'd never heard them. So this was going in blind in a way, and I was very taken aback, but in a good way, by the vocals. That was the first real like, whoa, this is interesting.
I've been wondering what you felt about the vocals during this, because they are. I'll be honest. First listen, I wasn't sure on the vocals, actually. I mean, most of it was just your kind of fairly standard black metal kind of higher register, screech. But he put in these kind of more sort of pained vocals. They're quite over the top, though, in that sense, and that he had the howling in it. It was quite. It wasn't subtle, his delivery of it.
No, it could definitely be divisive if you didn't like it. I think it could be an instant nope if that's not for you. But for me, I loved it. I thought I thought that's what gave it character.
I thought you would have hated it.
Really?
I thought you would have hated it. I'll be honest, yeah. I thought you would have hated it.
No, I thought that's what gave it some character.
Well, listen, you know why? Because we were talking about Weakling recently, me and you were saying about the vocals.
Different. I think Weakling's vocal. Look, we'll not get into that because we're not talking about Weakling.
Okay. But fair enough.
But I think I thought that this fit the tone overall. I thought it just added a lot of character, and I think actually maybe without the vocals, there's not to say there's not a lot there, but I think that is where the charm is with this band for me.
Oh, I disagree.
Really? So what's your take?
I think the guitar playing's amazing on this.
Really?
I love the guitar playing. Did you not think, though, there was like their approach to black metal and the way it was different.
Very
It
different.
felt like there was this like bluesy country
Country.
sort of vibe to the way they were playing,
Yeah.
but it worked so well. Like, and there was this like flow between all their riffs, between the way they would jump between these kind of more bluesy driven riffs to their kind of I mean, the black metal here, it's not evil sounding; it's very melodic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the tremolo parts they do is more down that, I don't want to say black gaze, but it's down that kind of more melodic, atmospheric
Almost more
vibe.
modern, kind of your Wolves in the Throne Room esque
Yeah, yeah,
tremolo.
yeah. Yeah, it's not got the icy kind of second wavy sort of, it was not that kind of
No.
thing. But what I thought was really, I thought the actual guitar playing like was excellent. Like the level, you could hear a lot of talent in the guitar players and the way they did it. There was this flow, and I thought the songwriting as well. I thought the way the songs were put together it was kind of understated, but it was excellent because I feel like the paces would change at the right times. They would there was this energy, like they go into their other section, they'd be a little bit different. You know, they'd do maybe their sort of bluesier riff, and they wouldn't necessarily always slow down. I noticed a few times they'd have like more maybe an old school like heavy metal kind of beat, you know, but
Yeah.
still a bit quick. But but then in your mind you're like you're then thinking, not when's it coming, when's it speeding up again, but it almost felt like when they make that change, you'd be like, perfect. I love where that change happened.
They weren't scared to hold on like a slow section at all, were they? There was, I think it was
No,
track 3, the Rot.
yeah,
it was pretty slow all the way through, wasn't it?
starts slow, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think it even picks up at all. I think the whole thing was very slow paced, but you had a bit of like I don't want to say speed interjected with the guitar work because it was just tremolo, but it wasn't like dizzying tremolo like all over the fretboard. It was just kind of like holding out on those kind of notes and being a bit more atmospheric rather than riff centric, shall we say?
Yeah, yeah, and but I just think they juggled it all so well. I realised listening to this album that I think, for me, for a black metal album anyway, 8 songs is perfect.
I think for me, this I feel like there could have been a slight bit of trimming on some of the songs. I think some of them were just a touch too long.
They were all quite lengthy, weren't they? I think they were a minimum 5 minutes, but a lot of them
Yeah,
6,
7.
7 kind of thing.
There was almost like a post metal element to a lot of it in a way.
Hmm.
There was that kind of
Yeah,
allowing bits to kind of just play out and expand and just like that, staying on tremolo bits. But yeah, like you said, there was a lot of influence elsewhere. Like there was a lot of country thrown in.
yeah,
There was kind of some rock and roll in some aspects, and
yeah.
there was even a bit of surf rock I got in track 2 because they were kind of with the whammy bar.
You had the bending, didn't you? You had like,
Yeah,
yeah, you had the kind of bending of the thing, which I love that inclusion in when people try and throw that in there as well. It gives it that sort of Twin Peaks sort of
yeah.
vibe, like I'll be honest, man. I actually love this album. I thought it was really, really good. To me, I felt like I was listening to something a bit different.
It
It
was.
felt
Yeah.
it felt different for black metal, and I thought it was successful.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. It was different. It was a very unique take. It wasn't what I was expecting at all when you told me about it. And like going through it. Did you oh, go on.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure how you would feel about this. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell whether you'd liked it or wasn't too into it.
I I think where this band shine is when they're a bit more chaotic and dizzying. I thought track
Mm,
2 was probably my favorite. I
yeah,
feel like they kind of pushed a lot more envelopes with like the kind of black metal and kind of chaotic sound. I didn't so much, not that I didn't enjoy it, but I think my lesser favorite moments were when they were trying to be a bit too grandiose and just sort of push that kind of post metal, like just big chords with like kind of blasts over it. They sometimes felt a little bit meaningless. Especially
yeah.
towards the end of the album, I think it kind of tailed off a little bit. One thing I do wish they kind of introduced more of is the intro and outro. I thought they were like dungeon synth, the medieval esque like synth intros and outros, and I thought
Yeah,
I would have loved to hear that intertwined in the songwriting.
it was really cool the vibe they had with that. I
Yeah,
think with the intro, it started off really simple, but it sort of evolved
Yeah.
as it went on, and they would add different melodies and things like that, and it was a really cool piece. It sounded very natural. It had a very organic feel to the sound of it, sort of analogy.
Well, I was going to ask you about the production because it wasn't gain heavy, was it? Like the guitars they were actually
No,
quite clean for like a black metal project.
yeah, I love the production on it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I thought it worked perfectly for the kind of sound that they were going for.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, man. I'm a big fan.
did you have a standout song, Mike?
I had a few. I mean, the whole album for me, I really enjoyed. It's funny because we're probably going to differ on this because one of my favorites was one of the tracks towards the end, Decadency and Degeneration.
Yeah,
Had this like the bluesy kind of main riff that it had was so cool.
yeah. I think that was a lot.
Really,
There was a lot of. I think that was one of the most interesting songs. I don't know if it was my favorite, but I think it was definitely one of the more interesting songs.
yeah. I thought that was really good. I really like track 4 as well. Is it Claviceps or Claviceps as well?
Claviceps, yeah.
That was a really good. It was a great riff. Changed about 3 minutes in.
Yeah. It was very rock and
Yeah,
roll. That
that
was the
riff
kind of
was awesome.
rock and roll element that I was
Yeah,
getting from that.
all those elements they were adding into, I absolutely loved. I thought it was so interesting. I'm really in on this band. I really want to keep an eye out for what they do next.
How did you feel about Delusions of Grandeur? For me, that was kind of like a kind of hardcore aspect. There was like a punk feel to that song, wasn't there?
There was a punk to the main riff.
Yeah,
There was that kind of punk hardcore kind of aspect. I liked it, man. It just mixed it up.
yeah.
It was chucking a different vibe in it, but nothing sounded. They've left their sound so open that they can throw in these bits, and you go, it sounds fine. It doesn't sound like a complete departure from the rest of the album
No,
because there's enough change going throughout.
it was very cohesive, even though there was
Mm.
like hardcore or country or like post rock or
Yeah,
surf rock or something. It had that. I think the vocals kind of is what kept that together because the vocals were quite similar all the way through.
I don't know if I'm wrong here, but with their sound, to me, it was surprising that they weren't American because they felt like there was a lot of Americana in the sound.
Is it Swiss? Are they?
Yeah, Swiss, yeah,
And I think they have a few German members as well. So
yeah.
international. But yeah, no, there are that. It does. Some of it is that modern US black metal, but there
Mm.
is shades of that old school black metal going on. Oh, hang on, doorbell's going. But yeah, man. Do you have anything more to say?
No, man, check it out. Honestly, I think it's. I don't know how divisive this is going to be because I think it's obviously quite different, but I think it's done in a way that's like it's not. I think it's a band trying something different with a genre, and it's worth people's time.
Yeah, I fully agree
Right.
with you. I think it's definitely one to check out. Vocals could be a bit divisive, but let us know what you think about them if you're a fan of them or not in the comments. And if you have stuck around this point in the video, thank you, and give a like and a subscribe because it helps go a long way. We put out videos every Wednesday and Friday covering the latest metal releases, but we shall catch you in the next one.